If you're tired of clutter and mess, of stuff going missing or information that's missing or inaccurate, and you dare to believe that there could be a better way, then you're ready for 5S methodology from lean manufacturing. A lot of people think 5S is just about being clean and organized, that it's for the neat freaks or OCD managers. But actually, 5S was created to solve a very real problem. And the problem is this. This is your future. It's your future unless you do something about it. So let's learn about 5S. I'm Daniel at Lean Smarts, where I teach how to build a better tomorrow through total employee engagement and lean thinking. And 5S is a brilliant way to get started with both. Now, I said that I know this is your future without 5S because we all live in the same world governed by the universal law of entropy, or the second law of thermodynamics. It basically states this: everything in the universe is moving from a state of order to disorder. If you have kids at home, you need no more convincing. The entropy is strong with them, or at least it is with mine. But like my wife likes to say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and even I am a participant in this phenomenon called entropy in our home. It is a universal law. And if you're gonna run a business, or in my opinion, have an enjoyable life, you need to do something about it. Entropy makes you less efficient, have a harder time detecting problems, and lose your mind, at least to a degree. This is why 5S exists. The two primary goals of 5S are to help you be efficient and to help you detect abnormalities to your standards. Because it's just not possible to work at your best when things are broken, messy, and disorganized. You're slower and take more steps, motion, or clicks to get your work done. You are at risk, possibly tripping or even hurting yourself, and your product is at risk, since it's easier to make a mistake and compromise quality in a chaotic environment. All of this impairs your efficiency. But entropy also handicaps your ability to detect what is wrong, which is a big deal. It becomes hard to see at a glance if something is good or bad, on schedule or off schedule, meeting the standard or not meeting the standard. If your garage is spotless and clean, you'll notice right away if you have an oil leak. But not if you already have oil stains, clutter, and mess on the floor. In the same way, when everything is in order, it becomes obvious when something is out of place. Abnormalities are detected. Now, as you may have guessed, 5S has 5 practices, and they all start with the same letter S. They are these. The first is sort, which means to get rid of all the stuff you don't need and keep only the things that you do need to do your work. The next is set in order. Set in order means to give everything you do need a specific home so that it is efficient and easy to access. The next is shine, which appears to be about cleaning on the surface, pun intended, but it goes much deeper than that. It actually has to do with inspection, because as you clean, you notice things that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. After that is standardize. Standardize has to do with standardizing the first 3 S's so that sort, set in order, and shine all occur with the same best practices everywhere. And lastly is sustain. Because 5S cannot be spring cleaning or something you do every once in a while. It's got to be something that becomes so normal, so intimate with life itself, it's like breathing, and you do it even without thinking. Now, there are certain consequences that happen when you're not practicing 5S. You're going to waste time, waste space, compromise quality, equipment, and safety. You're going to hide problems, and you're going to waste money, because this is what entropy and chaos and mess and disorder creates. But when you do practice 5S and solve these 2 problems of efficiency and abnormality detection, here's what you get. You're going to save time, conserve space, improve quality, preserve equipment, promote safety, reveal problems, and save money. Now that sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? There's a ton of benefits to practicing 5S very well. But before you move on to the next videos on 5S, let me caution you with these 2 warnings. First, make sure you involve everyone in 5S. It cannot be relegated to a smaller group of people. It only works as intended if everyone works together to learn and live 5S. Second, do not treat 5S like a project. You may have an initial surge of 5S activity to get started, and that's okay. But realize that this is a marathon and not a sprint. After the dust is settled, you must become the tortoise, not the hare. Because while the hare is sleeping, entropy is still hard at work, eroding your progress. So you must build 5S into your thinking and into your way of life. You're going to find out, though, that making 5S a way of life will require that you become a lifelong learner of Lean. There's more to it, so I've assembled some of my best videos in this playlist, which comes from my course, The Fundamentals of Lean. Watch the next video to discover another fundamental Lean concept to assist you in building your better tomorrow. And when it's time to go full bore on Lean, find the complete course at leansmarts.com.